All right, this will be a few examples of absolute value inequalities. So here is our first example. So basically, we could either have an absolute value that's given to us as being less than or equal to another quantity, or it can be greater than. And each of those is solved using a different method. So I'm doing the less than example first. So if the absolute value of x plus 6 is less than or equal to 5, we're actually going to rewrite that as this. X plus 6 is less than or equal to 5, and x plus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 5. So in other words, we're just going to bring down whatever we have inside the absolute value and write it just the way it is, and then also make it greater than or equal to the opposite of that other side. And then we can solve these together like so. And I get negative 11x and then negative 1. So x is greater than or equal to negative 11 and less than or equal to negative 1. So again, whatever's inside the absolute value, you bring down, and that becomes the middle of a compound inequality. So you see that our original inequality, we just bring down without the absolute value, and then tack on this greater than or equal to negative 5. And notice that these two symbols have to be the same, or face the same direction, I should say. Okay, so let's look at the greater than example. So here is one. The absolute value of x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 6. So notice this is a greater than symbol. So it's going to be a little bit different this time. We're going to, again, take what we're given, x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 6, or x minus 3 is less than or equal to negative 6. So it's sort of the opposite of what we had up here. Let me go ahead and show you on the number line what the solution looks like graphed for the one above, so we can refer back to that in a minute. So in interval notation, it would look like this. Okay, so now this gives us two inequalities to consider, and it would always be that case. Whenever you're solving a greater than, you're going to have two inequalities to solve. So solving here, I get x is greater than or equal to 9, and solving here, I get x is less than or equal to negative 3. So when I graph that, my endpoints here, instead of the solution being in the middle like it is there, it's going to be on the outer pieces, if you will. So it's greater than or equal to 9, so that gives us that square bracket, or less than or equal to negative 3. So this will always be the case. When it's a greater than, it's going to be the outside pieces of the number line, if you will. And when it's a less than, it's going to be the piece in the middle, just like we put our original absolute value expression in the middle. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have questions.